Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE 2K25. Welcome to WrestleMania live in Philadelphia. And we are starting things off in the best way possible. The most grandest way we can think of starting this entire show off. This two-night show with the 8-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. A staple of WrestleMania matches, if you ask me. I mean, you go back to some of the classics. Some of the classics in the years back consisting of Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, The Miz, Zack Ryder. Who can never forget when Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental Championship in this very match, a multi-man ladder match. What a WrestleMania moment that was. You get all these men in the ring. You get a ladder going. You put a ladder in the middle of the ring, and you basically tell them that they have to fight for their lives or fight for the Intercontinental Championship, and watch magic happen. As we are joined by the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. First one that gets a good look at the crowd, but he is not going to be far away from his next opponent, which is the megastar LA Knight, the man that walked into this event as the Intercontinental Champion last year and competing in a very similar match, a 6-man ladder match it was last year. This year, 2 more men have been added to the field. And those 2 men were added to the field as of this past Monday night. Bron Breakker and Trick Williams, after impressive performances against the greatest of all time, John Cena, leading up to WrestleMania. Williams and Bron Breakker have officially found themselves on the Philadelphia card. What an opportunity that is for Bron Breakker and Trick Williams, both making their WrestleMania debuts. Meanwhile, LA Knight going on his 3rd WrestleMania here in Universe mode. Bryan Danielson was at last year's WrestleMania back when he was tag teaming with Mox. Actually walked into this event as the tag team champions. Or excuse me, won the tag team championships at this event. They defeated the 2 teams of DIY and the Sami and Kevin Owens show, of course. And here's a wild card for us right here. Konosuke Takeshita. This man right here, when he arrived on the scene on Monday Night Raw after coming down from NXT, a dominant North American title reign that he had, he dominated Monday Night Raw equally at that point. Went on a bit of an undefeated streak for quite some time there before he met a man that we will see in just a few short moments, and that being the son of the dog-faced gremlin himself, the badass Bron Breakker. What a rivalry we saw this past season on Universe Mode between Takeshita and Bron Breakker. Takeshita has had some clashes with several competitors in this match. Of course, Bryan Danielson, you just see him kind of stare him. I mean, he's wearing a mask in his entrance, but some tells me that Takeshita was giving Bryan Danielson a death stare right there. And speaking of one of the 2 men that got added to this match almost last minute, Trick Williams making his WrestleMania debut. And the self-proclaimed anointed one himself is in his hometown of Philadelphia and has the chance to get his Rocky Balboa-esque moment and hold that championship up high and tell him, yo, Philly, I did it. You see on the back of the jacket, trick to fly. Fly like an eagle, baby. And that's exactly what he's going to have to do tonight if he wants to walk away with the Intercontinental Championship in tow. You see the man, he's dressed like money. He looks like money. Is he going to make us a hell of a lot more money when he becomes the Intercontinental Champion tonight? Well, we'll have to find that out. Very excited for what's to come here tonight. Very excited for what's to come for the future. We are officially on the road. Not even on the road. We are officially here when it comes to 2K25, brand new video game, brand new season of Universe Mode on the JPG channel. And as I said, I could not figure out a better way to kick everything off than with this match right here. 8 men gonna go to absolute war. All for the right to call themselves what we like to call the workhorse champion. And the man we will see later on throughout these entrances, Jey Uso, has been the epitome of a workhorse champion. Has held that Intercontinental Championship ever since defeating his brother Jimmy Uso, who has a tremendous opportunity later on tonight's show in a triple threat match for the United States Championship. Has to go through his younger brother Sol Sikoa and current champion Carmelo Hayes to get the job done there. But back to the story. Jey Uso has been a fighting, resilient Intercontinental Champion ever since defeating his brother at SummerSlam. Makes it almost about 6 months that Jey Uso has held that Intercontinental Championship, and he has fended off, well, a few of the guys that are actually in this match, Adam Cole being the most recent one. Back in Australia at the Elimination Chamber, Adam Cole, of course, another former Intercontinental Champion. That man actually is the one that LA Knight beat to become Intercontinental Champion heading into WrestleMania. And another man that Jey Uso has come across, the badass Braun Breaker, a man that is quite possibly maybe one of the favorites to win this entire thing. I don't think Breaker gives a damn that 7 men stand in his way. He is looking to dog walk every single one of them and looking to reclaim his yard. Braun Breaker is on a gold quest, a journey for championship, a journey to just taste that first championship on the main roster. Breaker has had a hell of a year, hell of a rookie year, defeating some big names along the way. And now he is here on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, literally just a year removed, not even a year removed from his call-up to Monday Night Raw. And what a force Braun Breaker has made himself on the red brand. And now we are joined by El Idolo himself, Andrade, another man that has been making waves for himself. Another tremendous rivalry between Andrade and Bryan Danielson over the past few months, culminating in a banger of a 2 out of 3 falls match between the two. Danielson would pick up the last fall in that match to win it, but it certainly was not no easy task for the American Dragon to put away El Idolo himself. Andrade making his return back to WrestleMania for the first time in quite some time, as a matter of fact. But it just goes to show you put in the work, management will recognize it, and you might find yourself on the WrestleMania card, as a lot of these superstars here tonight do. We have a plethora of multi-man and multi-women matches, so that really tells you just how hard it was to pick pick from the field, so to speak. I mean, we got triple threat matches, we got fatal 4-way matches, we got 8-man ladder matches, we got multi-man tag team matches still to come, all on tonight's card, folks. As I said, cannot kick it off with a better bang than this. And now the crowd is about to come alive because their favorite maybe of all time, or maybe just to win this match. Jey Uso is entering this thing hoping to leave. I was gonna say, you can hear our announcer announcing Jey Uso as the Intercontinental Champion as he overlooks the field of men that have been in his way for quite some time now. And of course, who can forget that car crash episode of Monday Night Raw, the start of the episode of Monday Night Raw, where all 8 of these individuals were fighting each other. And look at this, Jey Uso having the crowd in his command. They're not exactly in sync with him, but hey, they're trying their best. What I was going to say is, of course, Monday Night Raw starting with a bang, culminating with a perhaps match of the year contender between CM Punk and John Cena, a match we might never get to see again if this truly is John Cena's last year as an active competitor. And if so, then both men don't owe me nothing, because that was one hell of a match. Definitely go back and watch Cena, CM Punk, the main event of Monday Night Raw this past Monday night. And here we go, folks. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line. This one's going to get crazy before it's all said and done, as Andrade drops Jey Uso. And now Trick Williams and Andrade meeting up for the first time. There's a lot of first-time matchups happening here. There's a lot of also familiar faces. Like I said, rivalries that have commenced over the past year. Jey Uso, as I said, had already defended his championship in singles competition against at least 3 of these individuals. And Andrade now, with a nice Hurricane Rana, drops LA Knight with a drop kick right to the face. And now, wait a minute, Jey Uso now trying to take Andrade over, but Andrade getting out of harm's way that time. And now a Hurricane Rana to Jey Uso. Andrade, look out, LA Knight with a springboard drop kick. A springboard drop kick, connected flush. And now Trick Williams looking to make himself a WrestleMania moment. But LA Knight says, now look at this big pop-up power slam. And these are the 2 men that started the entire brawl. Jey Uso and LA Knight last week. And now, wait a minute, Jey Uso now feeling a little oozy early on. Gonna give Philly a show, but Trick Williams is there to stop him. Oh, what a kick right to the face. Trick Williams, as I said, he's looking to be the show stealer and walk out with the Intercontinental Champ. What the hell? Did LA Knight just throw a water bottle? I don't know what the hell that was. We see these Prime bottles staged up outside the ring. Of course, Prime is now a working partnership with the JPG channel. We're going to be seeing Prime a lot on pay-per-views. Hey, I mean, it makes us money. I don't like the Logan Paul any more than the next person, but if it makes us money and allows us to keep putting on banger shows like this, then I'm all for it, I suppose. As I look at this, Jey Uso and Trick Williams fighting at the top of the ladder. And now Jey Uso just knocked Trick Williams off the ladder. Now it's Takeshita going up the ladder. Every man besides the Intercontinental Champion himself trying to get a piece of that title. And now look at this, Andrade seemingly being a highlight of this match in the early goings. And now Braun Breaker now. What has he got planned for Adam Cole? Big strike to the face. Now, wait a minute, Braun Breaker sending Adam Cole into that cart, that Prime cart that we mentioned earlier. And you see in the ring, LA Knight has Takeshita with a torture rack neck breaker. And now Braun Breaker and Jey Uso meeting once again. Jey Uso came off the ladder on Monday night, jumping on a field that included Braun Breaker. And now LA Knight with a beautiful Megastar elbow drop. And now, wait a minute. Oh, look at this combination from Adam Cole. Adam Cole throwing super kicks all over the place. You know, Cole has a big chip on his shoulder because last WrestleMania he was out due to injury after a match against LA Knight, a match that he indeed lost. He lost the Intercontinental Championship to the Megastar, and that was the catalyst as to why LA Knight was the champion heading into last year's ladder match. As I said, the field has thickened even more this year with 8 men involved now. And now, oh, Braun Breaker, just a running choke slam, if you will, to Adam Cole. Look, Trick Williams he really, like I said, he really has a point to prove here tonight. He just threw himself right at Braun Breaker. And now, wait a minute, Takeshita, oh, just throws that chair right in the face of Breaker. And now Adam Cole going for a super kick now. Adam Cole going for a super kick on Takeshita, but Takeshita able to fight out of it somewhat. And now, wait a minute, Takeshita now. Oh, a big strike right to the back of Adam Cole. And now Andrade, watch out for Andrade, man. Like I mentioned Takeshita being a wild card in this match. Andrade, as I said, he had a tremendous performance. Oh my goodness gracious, an electric chair into a German suplex from Takeshita. And now Takeshita grabbing a hold of Adam Cole here. Oh, but Braun Breaker, the pure strength. The pure strength of the badass himself. Just knocked that ladder down. A ladder that was consisting of 2 men, Adam Cole and Takeshita. Both men's Braun Breaker has had a problem with in the past. And now, wait a minute, a table has been introduced into this thing. Jey Uso, what the hell is he planning on Bryan Danielson? A powerbomb out to the floor. That's just nasty. And now, wait a minute, Takeshita, oh, a big elbow strike right to the face of Adam Cole. And now Takeshita getting back in the face of Andrade. No love lost between those individuals either. Trick Williams laying Braun Breaker out now. And now big strike right to the back of Andrade once again. Oh my goodness, just turned Danielson inside out with that lariat. And now, wait a minute, Takeshita sending Andrade for a ride with the Blue Thunder Bomb. A Blue Thunder Bomb connects. Takeshita was a house of fire, but Braun Breaker just put out that fire with a German suplex. This is getting good, folks. This is getting chaotic, and that's how I like it. Braun Breaker now. What the hell's he got planned? Trick Williams is owning the ring right now with that steel chair. Meanwhile, main event, Jey Uso, the Intercontinental Champion himself, looking a bit worse for wear. Trick Williams calling LA Knight, that is, up to his feet. It's really hard to keep track of all these competitors. Trick Williams, though, missed wildly. LA Knight with a big forearm strike. And now, wait a minute, a BFT lands. A BFT lands to Trick Williams. I think LA Knight just anointed him on to the crown of his skull. And now, oh, what a super kick by Adam Cole. LA Knight now commanding the attention, as we see ever so often. And now LA Knight. Jey Uso struggling to get back up to his feet. And now, wait a minute. Oh, what a running super kick right to the face of Takeshita. And I went for some Andrade, but Andrade had it scouted. And now, wait a minute, Andrade silencing Bryan Danielson in the meantime. And Jey Uso now goes right back to the fight with LA Knight. So many clashes for the Intercontinental Championship between those individuals. And now Jey Uso firing back now in this one. And now, wait a minute, Trick Williams, though. Huge Philly-esque uppercut. I think Rocky Balboa himself would have been impressed with that one. And now, wait a minute, Takeshita trying to get the best of Jey Uso here. Oh, but Jey Uso having it scouted, I suppose. And now, wait a minute. Went to go run into Takeshita, but like I said, as much as it's hard to keep up with all the action going on in the ring, hell, I can't imagine how hard it would be for all these individuals to snap suplex right on the ladder, but then Braun Breaker comes through with a steel chair to the back of the skull of Jey Uso. And now, wait a minute, Braun Breaker, my God. Just slammed LA Knight's skull on the mat with a choke. And now launching him with a belly-to-belly suplex. I think Some of it caught that bridge of the ladder, or the end of the ladder, I should say. But now Andrade trying to take care of business on Braun Breaker, but Breaker is now the one commanding the ring. Adam Cole sends Braun Breaker, down to the floor. And now look at this. In the middle of the ring, Adam Cole dropping everybody with super kicks. LA Knight trying to get the crowd back on his side. There's a lot of fan favorites in this one. And now Andrade off the ropes. Meanwhile, Braun Breaker is back up on his feet, and that is not good for anybody in this match. Just chops the knee of LA Knight. Big running clothesline by Braun Breaker. Everybody seems to be in the ring all at once. This is absolute chaos. Pandemonium at its finest. And now, wait a minute, Jey Uso was going for something there, but LA Knight and Jey Uso, a little bit of teamwork there. Certainly not expected. Jey Uso just threw Andrade to the floor. Trick Williams with a drop kick right to the back of Jey. LA Knight and Adam Cole fighting it off now. Breaker is back into this one. Big uppercut connects. LA Knight, though, fighting off Braun Breaker. What the hell? It's Takeshita. I thought he was going to go off the ladder, but LA Knight. LA Knight had something planned there. As now look at Danielson. Danielson has the yes lock locked in. And now Braun Breaker just threw Trick Williams right onto that steel chair. And look at the power of Breaker again. And now power bombing Adam Cole. Just prying his fingers away from the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker is a serious problem in this match, folks. And we knew he would be. We knew that he would be, as now LA Knight sends Braun Breaker down to the floor. Meanwhile, Jey Uso seemingly set a table up outside the ring. Andrade gets hit with a ladder right to the back. LA Knight tried to go off the ropes, but to no avail there. Jey Uso now getting the crowd back involved in this one. But now Andrade reverses it on Jey. No yeeting around for Andrade as he hits a huge German. A huge German right to the Intercontinental Champion. LA Knight comes springboarding in back with Trick Williams. And now, wait a minute. A BFT on the ladder. A BFT on the ladder, spear by Jey Uso. Trick Williams might be out of here for good. I think his hopes and dreams becoming Intercontinental Champion just went up in smoke, courtesy of yours truly, the man that they call the megastar LA Knight. Jey Uso's trying to fight for his life and his Intercontinental Championship at this point. Andrade now, big Hurricane Rana takes Jey out. Trick is starting to stir. I have no idea how, though. And now just gets sent right back over to the top rope. Trick Williams is out of here, man. Takeshita just landed a big move on Danielson. And now he gets to choose who he wants to go after, does Takeshita. And he chooses LA Knight. And now, wait a minute. Oh my God, what a move by Takeshita. That was scary. And this is even scarier right here. LA Knight was trying to stop Takeshita dead in his tracks. And he gets a lariat for his troubles. And now Andrade hooking Jey Uso right on the steel chair. And now, wait a minute, Takeshita finally finds himself in the ring with Braun Breaker one-on-one. These two, as I said, tremendous battles on Monday Night Raw. Braun Breaker lighting up the chest of Takeshita now. Takeshita, though, comes right back around with a big sidewalk slam right to the knee. But Danielson whacks Takeshita with a steel chair. Andrade and Danielson renewing a classic rivalry. And now Danielson setting Andrade up on that top rope. What the hell does Danielson have planned here on that damn top rope now? You've got to be kidding me! A big back suplex in the midst. Jey Uso just thwarted a steel chair right at the skull of Konosuke Takeshita. And now Jey Uso has Trick Williams up for a powerbomb to the floor. My goodness. Braun Breaker now stopping Danielson dead in his tracks. And now Braun Breaker, just taking out everybody.
Does not have good intentions in mind when it comes to Jey
belly-to-belly
Uso.
suplex.
Look out, Braun Breaker with a moonsault fall-away slam right on the ladder. And all of a sudden, Andrade now with a bridge ladder going after Braun Breaker. Andrade has some bad intentions on the mind with that bridge ladder as he looks to plant Braun Breaker directly through it. What the hell is Andrade thinking? This is WrestleMania, for God's sakes. You got to make a moment to make yourself. My God, Andrade just putting his body on the line. Doesn't even care about the Intercontinental Championship. All he cares about is making a name for himself on the grandest stage of them all. And meanwhile, Konosuke Takeshita back in the ring, just knocked LA Knight off the apron here. Andrade's back in the ring trying to make sure Konosuke doesn't steal his glitz and his glamour, but he pays for it big time with a spin out fisherman driver. And now look at this, Konosuke Takeshita, House of Fire, is the Japanese Phenom taking on now the Intercontinental Champion Jey Uso, and has wiped the entire field of this Intercontinental Championship ladder match. Just tossed Jey Uso out like yesterday's garbage. But LA Knight gets a measure of revenge on Takeshita now. And now Knight clearly has some bad intentions on the mind of Takeshita. Saw that table that Jey Uso set up earlier outside the ring. I think Takeshita just met it face first, and Jey Uso slowly stirring back up to his feet. And now, wait a minute, we said LA Knight had bad intentions on the mind with that table, courtesy of Konosuke Takeshita, but it looks like Takeshita has similar ideas, just slamming the megastar's face right on the announce table cover, and now he brings another table into the equation. I mean, we've seen tables, we've seen steel steps, we've seen ladders. Like, this is a WrestleMania Philadelphia rendition of TLC, if you ask me. And now LA Knight grabs that table, but Takeshita once again trying to play defense here, knocking LA Knight out onto the barricade. A huge clothesline, wiping LA Knight out. Andrade going for the belt, but Jey Uso making sure that was short-lived. And now look at this, LA Knight has Takeshita on his shoulders for a burning hammer. And I think part of his body hit that table. That was hard to watch if you ask me, but LA Knight doesn't give a damn because he's going to give something even harder to watch and harder for Konosuke Takeshita to go through, and that is nothing but solid wood. He's got Takeshita on that table. LA Knight saw Andrade's moment-making performance earlier, and now look at this, looking to make a megastar moment himself, drives Takeshita through the table. LA Knight now. Oh no, Braun Breaker though, making sure that victory was short-lived, trying to take out LA Knight, gets a drop kick for his trouble. Cut back into the ring, folks. Konosuke Takeshita has a table set up that he put out earlier, putting Braun Breaker directly through it. The dog himself just ate a whole bunch of wood, as now Takeshita is not done there just yet. He's had his fair shares of going through tables tonight. He wants to put other people through the exact same pain that he was put through. Jey Uso trying to sneak attack Takeshita. Konosuke Takeshita having it scouted, though. Look at this, a DDT right onto the broken piece of the table. And now Konosuke, what has he got planned for the Intercontinental Champion? Seemingly sizing Jey Uso up. Big elbow strike averted. Jey Uso now going back and forth with the Phenom himself. And now look out. Big pop-up powerbomb connects by Takeshita. We mentioned the dominant force that Konosuke Takeshita has been on Monday Night Raw. This could be his crowning moment to become the Intercontinental Champion at WrestleMania. And his debut at WrestleMania nonetheless. As now Takeshita lining Jey Uso up for something here. Michinoku driver a part of the foot of Jey Uso reaching the bottom of the ladder. Look at that. A huge discus rolling elbow just knocked the Megastar's lights out. Andrade going for something here, but you just cannot stop Takeshita right now. He is clearing the field. If you ask me, Jey Uso goes for a spear, averted, and now Danielson going for something, averted again. Look at this. Takeshita is, oh no, Jey Uso put a stop to that real quick. And now Jey Uso keeping his momentum going here, has Braun Breaker where he wants him. Look out, here comes a flying Uspa. No, Takeshita looking to get his revenge. It's almost seemingly right after Jey Uso hit a spear, he gets dropped by another spin-out fisherman driver. And now Takeshita, oh, he's got his eyes set on the Intercontinental Champion himself, Jey Uso. What the hell does Takeshita have planned? That announce table was broken apart earlier on by one of these 8 individuals. I can't keep up with everything, folks. And now, wait a minute. Jey Uso turned it around on Takeshita. Now he has Takeshita laying out on the announce table. Look out. Oh, my God. He just threw those steel steps. And now Uso, what is he doing? He's at the top of the ladder. You gotta be kidding me. And Uso splashed through the announce table, crashing down on the Japanese phenom. The Alpha himself, Konosuke Takeshita, has just been thrown down a peg or two. And now Jey Uso's not done just yet. A big superplex to the Megastar LA Knight. A man that Jey Uso has been keeping the Intercontinental Championship away from all year. Now, wait a minute. Braun Breaker. Breaker's calling Jey Uso up to his feet. What the hell does Breaker have planned here? Big spear connects to Jey Uso. A big spear connects to Jey Uso. And now Breaker getting rid of the trash. Takes Jey Uso down to the floor. This could be Breaker's opportunity right here, right now, to grab the Intercontinental Championship and make his moment at WrestleMania. And his debut at WrestleMania nonetheless. Braun Breaker, he's gonna do it. Breaker's got the Intercontinental Championship. What a fight. What a war. Breaker survived their individuals to walk out as the Intercontinental Champion when all is said and done. Congratulations to Braun Breaker, the badass, and now can call himself the brand new Intercontinental Champion heading out of Philadelphia. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hot off the heels of what was an absolutely catastrophic 8-man ladder match to start our show. Well, the catastrophe does not stop there, because 2 absolute warlocks, 2 beasts, 2 mammoths of human beings are about to collide. Bronson Reed and, of course, the Scottish psychopath himself, Drew McIntyre. And you have to be a psychopath to get in the ring with the colossal big Bronson Reed, especially after the year he's coming up off of on Universe Mode. In Universe Mode on the JPG channel. Of course, who can forget his epic rivalry with Braun Strowman just this past season, culminating in an ambulance match which saw Bronson Reed launch every bit of 400 plus pounds of Braun Strowman off the ambulance onto the floor. And we did not see Braun Strowman for a very long time. As a matter of fact, we haven't seen Braun Strowman ever since that event occurred. And McIntyre is the crazy SOB that wants to get in the ring with Bronson Reed. McIntyre, on the other hand, he's just probably counting his lucky stars to even have a match on the card, because if you remember correctly, McIntyre was the one complaining that he didn't have any certified outlet and no certified road to WrestleMania. Bronson Reed paved a way through for a road to WrestleMania for Drew McIntyre.
by challenging McIntyre to this very match. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get extremely physical with these two. This is going to be good, but it's also going to be very, very ugly. McIntyre, Bronson Reed getting ready to do battle in front of this sold-out crowd here in Philadelphia. As you can see, it is still daytime here in Philly, but nightfall will happen soon. Darkness will fall over the arena, and the spectacle will get that much bigger as we go out throughout the night. And look at this, McIntyre charges right at Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed had that scouted, though. Now Bronson Reed was trying to leverage his way into this match, but McIntyre had other plans in mind. And now some heavy haymakers getting thrown Bronson Reed's way, but Bronson Reed comes right back with one of his own. A huge forearm strike right to the jaw of McIntyre. Now look at Bronson Reed showing off to this Philly crowd. Reed making his WrestleMania debut. He has won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on the SmackDown before WrestleMania before, but he has never been on WrestleMania until just now, and I can't really pick too many more people who will be more deserving of a WrestleMania spot than Bronson Reed after the year he's had. Completely dominating through the field of both Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown once he was drafted over. And now Bronson Reed with a big headbutt right to the Scottish Warrior himself. Oftenly is Drew McIntyre throwing out the Glasgow Kiss, the headbutts in his matches, but now he seemingly is getting outdone by Bronson Reed. And you talk about a year that Bronson Reed's already had in 2025, just coming off of a World Championship match against the Ring General Gunther in none other place but his home country of Australia last month at the Elimination Chamber. Needless to say, Bronson Reed is riding a tsunami-sized wave of momentum. Pun intended that time. A big elbow drop off the second could leave McIntyre to a huge loss. And could lead Bronson Reed to his very first victory on the grandest stage. Went for it earlier, gets it this time. Sends McIntyre out to the floor. And oh no, Bronson Reed now. Well, I think he was thinking better of oh no, instead, actually, he's not thinking better at all. Oh, he went for a suicide dive. Kind of missed the mark a little bit. And now McIntyre goes flying through the air. These two larger-than-life human beings should not be moving the way they are moving, but that is just what you can expect in terms of the performances of these athletes when the lights are on the brightest. And this year, they are on the brightest in Philadelphia. As McIntyre just soared through the air like the eagle. Like the football team here in Philadelphia. Very well known, very well loved football team here in Philadelphia, of course. And now Bronson Reed has McIntyre on his shoulders, fireman's carry position, and he just launches him right on to that announce table cover. A count of 4 now. And now Bronson Reed's calling McIntyre back up to his feet once more. If at first you don't succeed, go until you break somebody. That's exactly what Bronson Reed just did. A suicide dive wipes out McIntyre. And so far, it has really been Bronson Reed controlling the pace of this match. And I don't use that word pace lightly. Both of these guys have been competing at each other's opposing pace, if you ask me. Like I said, these are big individuals. They should not be moving like they're moving, but nonetheless they are. And look at this. Speaking of moving, Bronson Reed is moving with a sense of urgency here tonight. My God, just ran McIntyre over with a forearm strike. Goes for the cover once again. I like these, even though they're near falls, I like these constant covers of McIntyre, getting him to kind of just waste that much more energy. And we know McIntyre can go the distance. He is a former world champion in this company. Of course, Bronson Reed has aspirations of being a world champion one day. And believe you me, with performances like this,
Hitting far along from one as McIntyre gets the knees. Went for a shoulder block, got it. Shoulder block knocks Bronson Reed down now. Could this be McIntyre's opening that he needs? Goes for a headbutt, gets met by a European uppercut instead. And now a dragon suplex from Bronson Reed. You've got to be kidding me. That almost got the job done right there. Like I said, I mean, I don't even know how I'm not expecting this type of performance out of a debut at WrestleMania, but I knew it was going to be something to watch Bronson Reed and McIntyre go at it. Oh, there it is. The Claymore strike hits. The Claymore strike hits. And by God, Bronson Reed just kicked out at one. What the hell? What the hell is Bronson Reed made out of? And now look at this, an enziguri from Bronson Reed. When the hell do you see a man of Bronson Reed's size hit a damn enziguri? I'll tell you, never. And now McIntyre has to be absolutely beside himself. He's never had the Claymore kicked out at one, let alone barely even kicked out at all. Bronson Reed just ate that Claymore for an early dinner here tonight in Philadelphia. And what the hell is oh my God, he's just manhandling a man that weighs every bit of 290. And now look at this. Bronson Reed with the white noise. A little bit of a dig at Drew McIntyre. We know he uses that move in honor of his friend Sheamus. A move that Sheamus basically gave his blessing to McIntyre to use whenever he damn well pleases. And Bronson Reed just delivered one of his own. And now Bronson Reed has McIntyre on the top rope. McIntyre, though, finding a way out of harm's way. And now look at this, able to power Bronson Reed up and slam him down on the top rope, hanging him out to dry. Could suffered whiplash, did Bronson Reed, but McIntyre doesn't give a damn about anybody's personal well-being tonight. He cares about winning on WrestleMania. He cares about that paycheck that's going to come with it as well. A huge flying clothesline from the Scottish Psychopath. And now look at this. Huge shots right to the face of Bronson Reed. Ill intent on the mind of McIntyre here tonight. He has a point to prove. He wants to show everybody in the higher-ups, everybody in the office, even General Manager Nick Aldis, that they should be ashamed for leaving him off the card damn near before Bronson Reed came calling. And now wait a minute, Bronson Reed, on the other hand, has a point to prove as well. Like I said, this is his debut at WrestleMania. And now look at this, another fireman's carry position here. Death Valley Driver. A Death Valley Driver connects to McIntyre to put him away. 1, 2. No, McIntyre got the shoulder out. And now Bronson Reed staring down our official here tonight. Now Bronson Reed has to be thinking about what the hell it's going to take to put McIntyre away, as is McIntyre thinking about what the hell it's going to put away Bronson Reed, as Reed just slams McIntyre down hard on the canvas. And now wait a minute, Bronson Reed now big elbow drop right to the back of McIntyre. And now Reed's calling McIntyre up to his feet here. What possibly can Bronson Reed have in mind now? He's going for a powerbomb of sorts. Lifts the big Scott up. Here we go. Sit out running powerbomb by the Colossal One. Goes for the cover. McIntyre again with the shoulder out. Bronson Reed cannot believe it. Bronson Reed cannot believe it, but he's still on the attack. My God. Right to the lower back area of McIntyre. And I think McIntyre's done playing games here, going for strike after strike on the big Aussie. And now all of a sudden, McIntyre is starting to get some sort of a bit of fresh air in this match. I did not know Bronson Reed even had hops like that. And now the frustration is coming out, pouring out of the pores of McIntyre there. But I don't think Bronson Reed gives a damn. He's going for the cover anyways, as McIntyre now. And now, wait a minute, Bronson Reed got him up. Oh, just crushed his skull. A skull-crushing maneuver from Bronson Reed. That's the move that put Strowman on the shelf. But no, McIntyre gets the shoulder out. What a match. This is only the second match on a historic WrestleMania card.
And now Bronson Reed's done playing games. He says it's time to hit the tsunami, but it doesn't. Tsunami doesn't hit. And now McIntyre chopping away at the beast. McIntyre likes to call himself somewhat of a beast slayer because back in the day, he slayed the biggest beast in the company. Well, now he's looking at the second biggest beast that he's probably ever been in the ring with in Bronson Reed. And now what in the hell is McIntyre doing? Bronson Reed went white noise earlier. McIntyre's looking to double up with the avalanche white noise. Avalanche white noise to put Reed away. No! That tree trunk-like bicep of Bronson Reed just peeled off the mat. And McIntyre can't even believe it, but it might be all good is gone as another Claymore hits. Bronson Reed kicked out at one at the other Claymore, but the second one lands flush, and McIntyre picks up the victory here in Philadelphia. What a fight. We built this as a hoss fight. We built this as two monsters colliding before these boys even locked up. And, of course, we were right on the money by saying everything we said about this match. That was everything we said about it and then some. Both performers putting it all on the line time after time. Big men flying through the air. Big men slapping meat. Big E would have a field day with this one. Now, that's all I can say about that. But anyways, as I said, folks, only the second match on the card, and we're already rocking and rolling. What a night we are in store for with so much more action to come. You guys do not go anywhere because we certainly have a lot more on the menu here in Philadelphia. Congratulations, though, to Drew McIntyre picking up a big, hard-earned victory, and I cannot stress the hard-earned part of that well enough because, I mean, look at what McIntyre had to go through just to put Bronson Reed down for even a 2 count, let alone a 3. In the end, it was a second Claymore that finally put the sword in the heart of the Auszilla. McIntyre picking up a big win and some big momentum heading into 2025. And ladies and gentlemen, he's also setting the standard for what is going to be an incredible WrestleMania here on the JPG channel.